All right, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce our next performer. Harry Young is an actor and a musician. He's best known as Father June in HBO Max's Warrior, while you may have seen him on CBS's The Equalizer fighting anti-Asian hate with Queen Latifah. He's also an advocate off the screen. He's performing here today with Judo Club featuring Larry Gregory, Richard Ebihara, Billy Asai, and Jun Suenaga. Give it up for Perry Young in Judo Club.
Hello, New York City!
Hello!
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Swan, for organizing this event that shows AAPI solidarity from coast to coast. What better way to broadcast that from other than Times Square in New York City?
Woohoo!
Today, we're gonna perform a new song written by Billy Asai. Billy is 19th generation samurai. That's right here in New York City, we need that energy. But tonight, instead of the sword, his weapon of choice is music. When the pandemic first started, the first act of violence I heard was the 89-year-old Chinese-American grandmother in Brooklyn who was set on fire. That crime could have quickly been swept under the rug had it not been for reporter Sifan Kim, who saw the rising hate and sought for better coverage. His reporting led to the galvanization of Asian Americans. Political activists, politicians, artists, and musicians came together, raised reward money to find the perpetrators. 2 months later, they were caught. 2 13-year-old boys. That incident hurt me deeply. I'm first generation and fourth generation Chinese American. My great-great-grandfather was brought to this country on a boat as an indentured servant to build the railroads. Because of the anti-Asian, anti-Chinese law, exclusion law of 1882, he was not able to bring his sons to America. But what was even more heinous was the law before that. The Page Law of 1875 prevented Chinese women from entering the country. The politicians that wrote that law back then said Chinese women were prostitutes. So when I heard of the incident with Grandma Brooklyn, my heart caved in. I never knew my grandmothers because of that law. I never met my grandmothers. So that 89-year-old grandmother, she could have been my grandmother. She was in fact my grandmother. Hope you join me. A flute offering to honor her and our ancestors affected by the violence today. Take it away, Billy. Anti-Asian violence did not start with COVID. It did not start because former President Trump put a target on our backs. It did not start with Vincent Chin, who was murdered by 2 ex-Detroit auto workers mistaken for being Japanese. Anti-Asian hate did not start with the Vietnam War. It did not start with Korea. It did not start when President Roosevelt ordered Executive 9066 forcibly imprisoning 120,000 Japanese Americans into American concentration camps. No, anti-Asian COVID started when we got off the boat. Not long after our brothers and sisters who got off the boat crossing the Middle Passage during the transatlantic slave trade. Yes, our histories are different, but it is inextricably bound by a historical legacy of violence perpetrated upon our bodies due to the systems that control labor and immigration. What Malcolm X says rings true for Asians too. In 1872, the largest lynching took place in Los Angeles' Chinatown. 19 Chinese men and a boy lynched when Chinatown burned to the ground. Yeah, Malcolm X rings true for us, Asians. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us! Sylvester Stewart of Kool and the Gang, or Sly and the Family Stone, sorry, he said, if you got, don't hate the black, don't hate the white. If you got bitten, hate the bite. Look around, brothers and sisters. We are a rainbow coalition. Together, we can eradicate the racist laws embedded into our Constitution that divides us. Together, we can challenge the media to get rid of the labels that binds us, that divides us. Black crime, model minorities, these things pit us against one another, causes us to fight for crumbs on the floor when in reality there is plenty of cake on the table. So brothers and sisters, in solidarity, come and join us so that we can win a seat at the table. With love, we can stop hate.
Walking down the street
in the subway, gotta watch out. Should I take that seat on the platform? Eyes in the back of my head. Don't want to get pushed through the tracks, end up dead. Walking to church or rushing late to a date. It makes no difference to those blind and tired.
Gotta stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Now why you wanna hate me like that? No, I'm just gonna hate you right back. There's no race to replace. We're all a part of just one race. Don't forget who's to blame and how much love one another right now. Come on, love one another right now. Have to love one another right now.
Chinese Brooklyn grandmother set on fire. Beecher, Ratana Party pushed to his death. A Filipino mother, Bill McCarty, kicked to the ground. 6 Asian women shot in Atlanta. Shot in Atlanta. Shot in Atlanta. Shot in Atlanta.
Woo!